Hi.
Hey, hey, good morning, Andrea.
Good morning, Danny. Happy New
How
Year's Eve.
happy New Year's Eve. Wow.
Can you
This
believe it?
is it's been a long road.
Been a long year.
Been a long road. Woof. Yeah. But we're getting through it.
Getting through it. A new year is moments away,
Yes.
hours away, minutes away.
Yes. Yes.
And
Yes.
for those of you watching this today, Happy New Year to you.
Yes. Happy New Year.
This is not a live show. This is recorded and it's on both of our channels. So yes, you're seeing double. You can enjoy it twice. It's so good you enjoy it twice.
Right. Right. So if y'all from my channel, I know y'all watch Andrea, but subscribe to her channel. And all the people from Andrea's channel, come on, I pay you. I'm going to pay you money to subscribe to my channel. I'm not. I'm a liar.
Yes, please check out Danny's channel and subscribe. He's one of the most wonderful people I've ever met.
One of
Very short list. And look at his hair. He has spectacular hair. I mean, that just alone, I'd subscribe for the hair.
This is my COVID hairstyle. I was worried that I was going to have to cut it all off because, the vaccine was coming, right? It's starting to roll out and I'm going, well, I'm going to have to cut my hair off. And then I find out that, this administration is just botching the whole rollout. So, I'm not going to cut it off for a while.
Don't let it grow.
Yeah, I think I'm going to let it
enjoy it.
It's almost, I can almost put it in a ponytail. I've got about that much more to go. I saw Paul McCartney. He had a man bun and he had this little thing sticking up on his head. And I go, that looks really awful. But, he's Paul McCartney, so I guess he can get away with it.
He's Sir Paul McCartney.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, let's get into this.
All right. Let's do it.
What's
up first, sir?
What's up? Oh, I'm in charge.
Yeah.
Oh, scary.
Well, you're a man from the man cave. You're in charge, right?
Yeah, but we would be very thirsty if we didn't have the woman bringing us fruity beer drinks.
Yes, and you are welcome for that.
Thank you. Yes, that was fun. All right. Well, listen, last time we had a request, and this came from Hector. He wanted to read, he goes, would you read about my country, Uruguay? Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
So I did a little research on it. What a cool sounding country. I want to go there.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go there. It's socialist. So Trump won't go there, but it's got like Art Deco buildings. It's got good wine. It's got a value-added tax system, which makes the whatever you buy a lot more expensive. So the article said, and but there's no really extreme poverty. And I went, well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So let's just check into that. And I guess just do a quick 411 on Uruguay. And they had something else. Oh, they never criminalized the possession of drugs for personal use.
Mm.
And I find that, kind of fascinating because some of these countries, they don't have the drug problem that we do,
right?
Because you're a criminal instead of treating it as a mental health thing, or, you can buy alcohol, but you can't
buy a joint. Doesn't really make
sense.
sense. Yeah.
Well, in California, you can.
Well, in Canada, you can.
Yeah. So maybe we are getting a little bit better.
I've always thought it's just the governments want to be able to tax it. They'll make it legal as long as they can tax it, right?
Correct. The other thing too that we're going to go into, it was the first Latin American country to legalize same-sex civil unions.
Oh, very nice.
In Latin America. And so there's been a couple of world news items on that. Argentina had a huge vote for women's rights that passed. And so these Latin American countries leading the way, which is, so we'll look into that and see if that's gonna spread throughout the world, if they're gonna be the leaders of that. But let's look into Uruguay.
So sort of 2021 for Uruguay?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see what's 2021. Well, I see some good stuff.
I see good and bad stuff.
Well, I start with happiness.
Yeah.
So it looks like the year starts with some happiness. Then I have innocence. So I don't know if they innocence. Like back to when times were really good, a feeling like that, like a gentle feeling. Then we have charity, but it was upside down. Or sorry, generosity and charity upside down. So that is interesting. Maybe there's a government sort of change.
Yeah.
Something happened, but underlying is luck. Ace of Pentacles and luck. And the outcome is vigilance. So the people need to stay strong in their beliefs. You're right. Something could come up. The bottom of the deck is action with the leader. Maybe there's going to be some, do you see civil unrest or something?
Well, it could be, yeah. So I just pulled 6, and I could go further with this, but let's just see. So I got the King of Cups. So at the center of the reading, and this is telling me that this is a really stable, warm group, a stable, warm country. It's their emotions are level. It's just this is my Joe Biden card.
Yeah, it
so
feels
that's
nice, right? It feels nice.
Yeah, it feels great. However, it's being crossed by this. This is my Man of La Mancha card, chasing windmills. So they're battling against something, but it's not really that important, but they're going after it anyway. So something is being crossed at the bottom of the reading. I have the Two of Swords making an emotional blind choice. And when I pulled this, I'm like, have they already made that choice, or are they is that in the past? But it's not. It's at the bottom of the reading. But I got a kind of a cloudy question when I pulled this card. Behind them is all the work, is the work ethic of the country, which is really strong. At the top, I have the Three of Pentacles again. This is just working and creating, just being very diligent and working really hard. in the potential near future, I have the 10 of swords. Now, in this deck, they're walking away from something. They're walking away from the swords being stuck in the ground. And in other decks, it's, in their back.
Yes.
The swords are being, it's like, ow, now. This is, no, we're walking away from it. And I'm thinking that it's got something to do with these two cards. With them fighting windmills, they're just gonna let that go, and it's got something to do with this Two of Swords energy.
Because behind the king is the bottle card. So there could be action and bottle. So you're right, there could, something's gonna come up. I wonder what this generosity and charity is. Do they get denied? Is there some sort of import-export problem? Or do they not, or a generosity, charity? Why would they need help? Why would they need something? Is it the vaccine?
Oh,
Maybe they don't get the vaccine soon enough, but it's saying, stay vigilant. Battles.
let me try to pull some clarifiers
Yeah.
on that.
Let's see. With the vaccine. Oh, the money it'll cost for the vaccine is going to be a problem. It could lead to
Oh my God. Yeah.
your deaths. That's a problem. Oh, yeah, some chaos about that.
Oh my God. So here's the cards that I got. And it's just scary sometimes.
Medical lightning bolt target. Yeah.
Right. So that looks like a target, but that's money, 10 of Pentacles. And then you have the Mother of Swords. This is the Queen of Swords, a woman that does give comfort, but she does not mince words. And look at that big sword upside down. And then I got the Death card. And so this, when you were saying, that about the vaccine, that's what I was pulling on.
That's what I got.
And
Yeah.
wow.
There's
But
something, their leadership, I don't know, makes a mess of this, or doesn't pay enough, or they can't afford it. Something with the government. That's what it is.
Wow.
Maybe they have to fight to get enough vaccines.
Mm-hmm.
Oh dear.
And the good thing is that so many more of these vaccines are coming out,
Yeah.
more and more and more. So the supply chain is going to get better, but if you don't believe that it exists and you don't take precautions, simple precautions like wearing a mask. In LA, they're using the gift shop to put patients in hospitals.
Oh my goodness.
They're clearing out the gift shop to put beds in. That's down in LA. They're asking for the Mercy ship to come back. And I'm going, who are you asking? You asking Trump to send the Mercy ship to you?
Wow.
How's that going to work? Yeah, scary. Anyway, Uruguay, I want to go. I think that place
Beautiful
looks
country.
fabulous. Yeah. So, but yeah, it's the same stuff worldwide. This pandemic, it's just.
They just need to be vigilant, and
Yes.
we'll get through it.
So let's read on. Since we did the man cave, let's read on women's rights in 2021.
Yes.
It was a couple of things that just came out in the news about Argentina's Senate just approved a bill, and I don't want to go into it because sometimes YouTube
We won't talk
does.
about that part.
We won't talk about. You can look it up. It just came out yesterday. This is all about a women's right to choose. Uruguay, which we talked about, first Latin American country to legalize same-sex civil unions. So is the question, it could be a blanket question, are women's rights going to take a leap in 2021? Or the other question that I had is Latin America, which is a male-dominated part of the world, are they going to lead the way in women's rights? Well,
where isn't?
Well, in my household.
I think the numbers are, I think women actually outnumber men on the planet right now. I think I read that.
Right.
We just need to get in charge of everything.
Well,
then you're going to see some change on the planet.
Oh boy. Oh boy. I just flashed on Lucy and Desi Arnaz. Anyway, we are shifting, and I don't think we're going to see it in our lifetime, but we are shifting to a more female energy control, which, get rid of these old white men in charge.
So we might do it. I'm hopeful.
Okay.
We'll see what the years bring.
So do we want to read on Latin?
I'd like to read, let's read on women's right across the world, see if there's any leaps and bounds. Okay. Then we can also go into, as you said, that region. And then, let's ask, there was another question you had about sort of genderless, non-binary, androgyny. Is that going to be a bigger trend, and how's that going to be moving forward? So it's very interesting topics.
Yeah. It's a very interesting world we live in.
Yes. If
we let go of fear.
Yes.
I was thinking about that, just how we hold on to fear. It's like same-sex marriage? What? Just let it go. Let it go. Why are you worried about it?
Exactly.
Not you, but the people that are afraid of it.
Afraid of it. That's it. It's just they're afraid of it. They don't understand it, or if they think it says it in the Bible, well then maybe, God could talk to the person about it, not you. I don't know.
Yeah.
Don't know that you need to lead the charge on that, but I don't know.
Right.
I don't have all the answers.
What?
Well, I do.
Okay.
Yeah, if no one's hurting anybody, then let them love each other.
Right. Right. All right. So what's the question? Women's rights in the world.
Rights 2021. Is there going to be a major shift in the world? Because there's still a lot of countries where not some very nice stuff happens.
No, my God. And so we're going world. We could almost even break it down into region, but let's just do world because it's.
Then we don't have to call out anyone in particular. But we know certain countries.
I started calling them out in my head. Okay, world, women's rights.
Right.
Women's rights. Whoa. I'm just going to go real quick because 3 cards just popped out. I got the Fool, going on a new journey. I love this card. The 2 of Cups. However, there's always a rat somewhere.
Yes.
And I got the 4 of Cups. So there's going to be some kind of sadness that goes along with it, even though the journey is positive and is loving, and there's contractual things that are going on with this 2 of Cups. Such an emotional union together, but there's still going to be this rat sitting over the happiness of these cups that that's still going to be there. And you almost didn't need tarot cards to read that, but these 2 cards are just really positive and really bright.
Yeah.
So excited about that. Okay.
There's still going to be some problems in some countries with the balance between men and women. But I do see the truth coming out, being seen across the world, that it's time for change. It's going to be a little slow moving, but the end result will be good. I think it's just going to take, unfortunately, a bit longer than we'd like to see. But I'm encouraged because the bullseye came out, right? The target came out, and it came in between truth and third eye, like intuition, what you see. So that says to me that we will see change.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I think so too.
Yeah.
You know what'll help the change, at least from a guy's perspective, if women who come to the man cave would not bring fruity beer drinks.
I was howling because I was like, I don't have any man type thing. So I have my pink Bud Light and my pink Moosehead rattlers filled with fruit beer for you guys. Oh, it was funny.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, I tried.
Yeah, you did. No, it's awesome. I'm just poking fun. So let's read on
South America. So are they going to make more
let's read
strides
on
for individual rights, whether you're
right.
woman,
so now
non-binary.
Right. So now we're taking it from the world down to just South America see, because they were in the news.
Yeah. So we're just going to read on women or people like other, like non-binary or,
Let's read on women's rights for down there and see where that goes. If they're going to lead, I don't want to say a revolution, but a new thought process.
Yeah, significant leader or change in that. Okay, South America, women's rights, 2020.
Wow. Have a little coffee. Wait for Andrea. She's slow.
Well, I'm just seeing a bit of a story. So,
tell me a story.
I'm going to tell you a story.
When?
Well, I'm trying.
It's past my bedtime.
You're dressed for bed. That's right.
I am.
Your house coach. I'm a little bit not thrilled about this clock being upside down.
Okay.
I see
Okay.
a little bit of, maybe it's not time, but there's still a little bit of corruption. Like there's a reason behind they want to keep women down, whatever that is, all over the world. It's not just there. What did I see? There's still, that's what it is. There's still negative men that do not,
What?
yeah,
What?
that don't want to raise women up. Okay.
Mhm.
But I still see the outcome as happy. I think there will be change because something's going to come to light, or someone's going to, I don't know, is there any leaders or governments down there that really hold women down? Like I see maybe an end to that, maybe towards the end of the
Hmm.
year.
Hmm.
Because the outcome is going to be happiness for women's rights.
Right.
But it still feels like there's a little bit of corruption, a little bit of negative men not ready to make that change.
Right. It is going to take a while. I mean,
Gonna
because I ain't letting go of my power. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So a little longer maybe than we hope for again.
Yeah. Okay.
What do you
That's a nice story. Thank you. So as I'm shuffling, I'm going, here's an old guy in a bathrobe shuffling about women's rights in Latin America. And so I had to get in touch with my feminine side.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if I did it. But this, you know, what you were saying, when I'm looking at my cards, I'm going, it's yes, I see the same thing. I got a little more positive vibe from it. I got the Daughter of Pentacles.
Oh,
You like?
I like that.
Yes.
I see something in that. What do you see?
Yeah. What do you see? I don't want to be wrong.
Well,
No, I see this, you know, just this new start, this new way of being. And I love the rainbow in it, which is saying that there's a new warmth, comfort coming to women's rights in South America. And what did you see?
as soon as you showed me that, I saw that maybe the, women who are probably 18 and over won't get that as much as the little girls being born now.
Ah,
That they
nice.
are going to live in a place where they're more equal.
Yeah.
So that's what I saw, the hope
Yeah.
for the new girls being born.
Right. Right. Because I mean, look how young, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's being crossed by the Two of Pentacles. This is some of your money thing that you were talking about. When I read this, I just said, no, it's all about balance and bringing balance to this inequality that has been going on for so long. At the base of the reading, working together, but it's still in a little bit of a shadow. Right. Yeah. So even though the sun is there, you can't see the birds, you can't see the cups, but they're there. So there's something going on that may not be coming to light, but they're all working together on it. I do have the Chariot moving on. And you were saying something that there could be like a strike or something big happening. And look at that.
Yeah, like a big change, something.
Bullseye.
Yeah.
You got that red lightning bolt hitting the ground. And then the potential near future, I got the web of money. So it's not moving forward with this Chariot because they're caught in the web of the past. And when you said that there's some money to it, well, it's the Eight of Pentacles. It's all about money. So
I wonder how money or could be like women don't get equal pay, but it's also like the corruption. I wonder if men men see some value or get some value of keeping women down. I guess because you get paid more. I don't know.
Yeah. And I also think it goes back to fear, where, it's, we're afraid to let people into our borders because they're going to take our jobs. We're afraid to let women into the workplace because they're going to take our jobs. And maybe we're going to have to change diapers versus, I don't know. It's just fear. And as soon as we get over the fear, then I think we're off and running.
Wouldn't that be nice if we were all kind and equal and loving to each other?
We could still be a little snarky though, couldn't we?
Yeah, well, I don't know.
Okay.
I just always wonder how, I know different sectors of the population are kept down for different reasons and stuff, but there's men and women. I know there's non-binary stuff, but just for right now, I'm going to use the example of men and women historically. And women have just been always kept down.
Not always. Wonder Woman.
Okay, fine. But I just, I often wonder how men, if they ever think about that or understand what it's like to be a woman, to have been a woman in the past, or even today in some areas or anywhere. I don't think you guys get it. I don't think. I'm not putting you on the spot to answer for
you
all
are.
that. No, but it's just like you just have a different. I often wonder how you see things and.
Well, and I think it goes the other way too. And I mean, I don't think women understand what, the male point of view. I'm still trying to figure it out, so don't ask me. But and yeah, this gets into big conversation, which I don't have any answers for, to tell you the truth, except accept people for who they are. I mean, that seems pretty simple.
Yeah, pretty simple.
And if they have a point of view, just don't go, oh, that's just a girl talking. You can't say that.
No, people can have different points of view or whatever, and we can still get along.
And they're all valid. You just got to give and take. And it's mainly give. So.
All right, we're really.
Well, that got deep.
I was going to say we got real deep. We put our toes in the pond, and that's a deep, deep pond.
Yeah, it's deep. All right. So androgynous, you want to go there?
Yeah. So sort of like the non-binary, the genderless, the androgynous. Is that are there going to be more people that choose to not be identified by their the organs of those areas?
Right. And that's kind of what we were just talking about.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, if we choose not to look at female versus male, we just choose to look at them as humans, as life forces. So, because it doesn't need to be, it doesn't need to be, well, it does need to be sexist, but
it doesn't need to be labeled. I don't know.
Well, so
I like that life force. Just look at them as another life force.
Another life force.
Like that. Okay. Are there going to be more strides across the world? 2021 or further than that? Sort of a non-binary, genderless society or groups where being labeled isn't the first thing that you need done.
Mm.
The first card gave me a huge headache. Was not expecting it.
Ooh.
Followed by money.
What? Money?
That could mean corruption. That can be leadership. That can be control.
It's control.
You know, keeping control of people. Next is the blank card. We don't know what's going to come next, but I do see that. I think there's going to be more, I don't want to say riots or whatever, but more fighting about it. It's going to take up more time. Like,
And is that internally? Is that within the person that is? No, it's within the group.
It just felt, as soon as I saw the black card, it felt like this.
Yeah.
Stop. So for some reason, they still want to have control over labeling people.
Right. Right.
So it's going to take more time.
Yeah.
To let it become more mainstream and acceptable, because you want to talk about fear. I think that makes people a lot of, because they've grown their whole life understanding you identify people as male or female, and then this comes along, they can't even wrap their head around it.
No.
Whereas I'm not young, but I'm not super old, and I thought
you were 18,000 years old.
I think it's 19,000.
19,000. And that's another topic, going into different dimensions, because that was in one of the questions, right? that was asked, going into, so how old are we in dimensional time?
In dimensional time. Whoo-wee.
Crazy. All right. I'm sorry. Didn't mean to interrupt.
That's okay. I don't know. I was saying that, to me, I don't care. Like, if you want to identify as man, woman, or nothing, I don't care. Doesn't bother me, right?
Yeah.
I don't need to label you.
Yeah, I don't know. Trying to think of how it would affect me. There's nothing.
Nothing.
So, I don't know. Well, we're kind of on the same page here. So I got the High Priestess, which is, it's kind of like a darker, shadowy energy crossed by the moon. So they're still in hiding. Things still aren't going to come out into the light. Internally, though, at the base of the reading, they have this comfort. Yeah, right. They have this comfort there. But it's just for them alone. It's not the world is embracing them.
Right.
It's inside. They also have a rebirth in the past with this daughter of wands. And again, this is the wild unknown, and I read it a little differently. I don't see the wand so much as I see the snake in a figure eight, which is bringing balance, and and snakes are rebirth. So that's what they're looking for. It's balance to be accepted. They have to look inside for themselves for it to happen, because if they look to the outside world, you get the Father of Wands. That's the energy over reaching this spread. And it's just this cobra that's going, no.
That's kind of like the dark card I had. It's that fear, that
yeah.
Yeah.
It's a fear card.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, this elicits such fear, this cobra, but then again, you know, when you let go of the fear, you can play music to it and it'll come up. Not that I can, but, and the, there needs to be a lot more investigation into this, looking at it, dissecting it, like what we're doing. Why does it bother you? Why are you so afraid of letting other people choose how they want to live their lives? And we're not there yet.
Yeah.
So,
but what I'm hopeful is that, you know, you see that deer with the baby, maybe that's kind of the same thing again. Maybe the younger generations won't face this as much as the current.
Right.
Yeah, it just takes time. I mean, look at the difference between like the 50s and now. Like you weren't allowed to do anything.
Yeah.
You couldn't listen to music that said like Kiss or you know what I mean? And now you hear all kinds of stuff on the radio.
Yes, you
I
do.
hear things even I don't want to hear on the radio.
It's like, what'd you just say?
So, you know, it's just a matter of time before the change. And look at the strides already, women's rights and all of the other communities that are pushing forward. So it's time.
You know, oh yeah. Yeah. It's so time. All right.
That was deep.
I know. No fluff here on World News.
Just your hair. Both our hair is fluffy.
You're right. You're right. All right.
Two big fluffy heads.
All right. What time do we have? Because I got it.
Yeah.
10:40. Okay.
You want to go probably soon.
Yeah.
So
let's do a couple more.
Okay.
One of the ones that I read on today was, and I'm not sure how to form this question or even if we want to talk about it. But we did talk about the migrant workers in California. And I read an article today that a lot of them are leaving due to poor health conditions, COVID, Trump's policies.
Yeah.
And I know that's going to be switched in the Biden administration, but I'm just wondering if that's going to have a lasting, any kind of long-term effect, because that's where, I mean, they come here for a better future. We treat them not very well, and they produce so much food for us. You know, they allow that to get on our tables. And so is there going to be with the Biden
on the food chain because of
on the food chain, or is the Biden administration going to fix this and change that perception that the migrant workers are unwelcome in 2021? Because they're leaving now. A lot of them are leaving and going back to Mexico, according to this article.
So will the Biden administration embrace them and help make sure that they're treated properly and welcome them back?
And change that attitude.
Change the attitudes.
In 2021.
Yeah. But it also could have an effect on because if they leave now, you know, what's the time frame between what they pick that goes on the table? Some stuff goes into cans, some stuff is fresh.
Right.
You know, when will we see a gap in that?
Right.
Okay, so what do you want to check first?
Why don't you read on the food chain thing, and I'm going to read on
the Biden.
If they're going to feel
welcome,
comfortable to stay and things are going to start changing for them under the Biden administration? That's the question.
Food chain in North America. All right. I do see it affecting the food supply chain, and I asked for North America because we get your food as well up here in Canada. A lot of angry men and women, or people in general, they're going to be caught by surprise that there's going to be a little bit of shortages in food. Again, caught by surprise. Some things are going to go up in price quite a bit, which will then make people, it'll come to light. People will understand what these migrant workers do and that they cannot go away. You need this help.
Yeah. Right.
And then it just looks like a little bit into what you're reading is that hopefully that the Biden administration makes better communication.
Yeah.
To everyone to understand this.
Yeah.
Like,
you know, I got similar things, and when I was shuffling, I got a strong call to switch decks, so I used the Enchanted Map Oracle, and so I'm thinking about the migrant workers. Are we gonna allow them to feel comfortable and have safe working conditions and want them to come back? I got the movement card being crossed by stuck in the mud. So when I first pulled the movement card, I was thinking they're leaving. There is a balancing act. They do this coming to life card it's in the past position as it relates. So they bring so much life to, food. They
literally,
bring, that's
you
literally.
need to eat to live.
Right. But at the top of the reading is what you were saying. I got the dry desert. So there is going to be some kind of food shortage
There'll
challenge.
Be a noticeable shortage of some type.
Right. And the Biden administration is going to shed light on this, but it's a little bit of light. It's not enough light, in my opinion. They're going to try to protect the treasure, and then I got Field of Dreams. So things are going to change. In the hopes and fears, I just laughed at this. The Constant Gardener.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh my gosh. But it's going to take a lot of work, and the Spirit of Place card. It's like, you got to think about it. You got to understand what these people are going through. and not just kind of throw something at it. You got to really dig into, you know, what their lives are and how we can help them so that they can be productive in their family life and all of that, you know, so that their lives are better, to make our lives better. So
I'm just struck by that in perspective of how we live collectively, sort of in the first world. The pop star will make millions of dollars, who really does nothing for you. You know, music's nice, but really does nothing for you. And the person that picks the food that you eat, that you need to live, or the farmer that grows it, do not make millions. They do not make very much at all.
no,
Think about that. Like how misplaced is that value?
yeah, yeah,
Something to think about.
yeah, and that is not going to change in 2021. At least I can hope it, but I think that's in another dimensional change.
Well, maybe it's starting, like we can all start thinking like that. Like where is the
Well,
value
yeah,
in your
yeah,
life? Like, what things have value? Food, water, clean air,
right.
shelter, family, friends. Like,
Well, and I think that this, you know, this last day of this year, we can reflect on all the crap that we went through, and it's for a reason. It's for us to learn something. And what do we hold dear to us, and what did we let go that no longer serves us? And for me, you know, a lot of it is, excuse me, I don't need a new car. I don't need a new phone. I don't need this material stuff that I got to have the latest, greatest, all this stuff. It doesn't matter anymore.
no.
What you need, and I was thinking about this morning when I went down, I went out into my backyard, had a really cool breeze blowing. It just rained a little bit. And I was so thankful for the fresh air coming at me, because all this summer we were locked in our house with smoke. And so I was just so thankful for that. And we got to get back to taking care of our planet.
Amen.
Water, air.
Amen.
Yeah.
So I think it's great. I think 2020 was a great way for a lot of people to open their eyes to see, as you say, what is of value? What do you really need? Do you really need a Rolex, or do you need clean food,
Right.
medicine, and, you know, shelter?
Yeah.
That kind of stuff, right? Because
Right.
no one cares about your Rolex if you're in your house and you can't go outside.
Right. I mean, I don't even know what day it is. Why do I care about what time it is?
So do you want to pull a card for everyone?
Yes, let's do that. All right. I am going to pull good tarot.
Card
Good
for everyone. December 31st, 2020, as we get ready to usher in a beautiful new year, 2021. Is a card.
All righty. All right.
I think it's funny that well, we just said, what we've been just talking about, I got change of mind. So a shifting of how you think about things, right?
Yes.
As we go from one world to another, one year to another, one dimension to the next, one day to another.
Yeah.
How you think about things. Change of mind. I like that. We were just talking about it.
I know, right? And I had been thinking today about all the different dimensions. I mean, we live in a 3-dimensional world, but with one of the readers here, they were talking, one of the questions that we got that we didn't get to, kind of did a little bit, but just the different dimensions, and there's so many that we're unaware of, but there'll be some people that say they don't exist. If I can't touch it, It doesn't exist, but it's not true. So we're just opening our eyes up to so much of the possibilities. All right. So I'm shuffling and yakking and
Well, like I said, like I always use this as an example. Does Paris exist? Yes. I've been to Paris, I've seen it, but not everyone's been there, but they know it's there. Now explain it to a cat. Does a cat know Paris exists? No, because they can't understand. Right? They just don't have that level of understanding. That's like us humans. We don't understand everything yet. We understand some things, but we don't understand everything yet. So
you just upset a lot of cat lovers.
I'm a cat lover.
You are walking on dangerous ground.
You can't, unless the cat lives in Paris, they might know about Paris.
All right, so let's pull a card. All right, I keep hearing, I got to pull a card for Kevin. This is one of my subscribers who sometimes I pull a card for, and this is for Kevin.
Ooh,
look at that.
That's a nice one.
The High Priestess. So you get to think of great thoughts, create magic in his own way. It's awesome. Maybe he's a tarot card reader.
I'm gonna say that's higher learning. That's high knowledge.
High knowledge. Yeah. Yeah. And being able to tap into that other dimension that we don't get to do. Okay. And for the rest of us.
Because you're a cat. You're the cat that doesn't understand Paris, Danny.
What? I've never been to Paris.
Really?
All right.
Oh.
No. What's this? Is that Paris? The Hanged Man. I don't understand Paris. I need to look at it from a different position.
There you
go. With this card, as we let go of 2020, looking forward to 2021, we've been in such suspension in this last year, and now we're looking at things from a totally different perspective. Oh yes. As we move into 2021, it's going to take a long time for me to let go of this card. So don't expect a light switch, but we are going to look at things in a different perspective.
A change of mind, perhaps, when we look at it through a
perhaps
angle, right?
And this guy looks like Adam Lambert.
He does. What do you want from me?
I want 2020 to go away.
You're hours away, my friend. Just mere hours.
I know.
Hey, I'm grateful for some things in 2020, like I met you in 2020.
Absolutely, yes.
And I met this community in 2020. So
I know. It, and that has been such a highlight and a brightness in my life. So thank you for being around, and thank you all for being around.
Everybody.
It's a good journey.
It is a good journey. Yeah. And guess what? We're exactly at an hour now. What do you know about that?
What do you know about that?
Danny likes to keep it at an hour.
My attention span is like that much.
2 minutes, I'm done. What?
Some of these podcasts, I go, okay, these YouTubes, I'm gonna go watch this, and I click on it, goes 3.5 hours. I'm like, where's the 5-minute one?
All right, everybody. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you.
Happy New Year.
Be safe. Happy New Year. It's New Year's Eve. Don't go out drinking and driving. Be safe.
Be safe. Be good.
All right. Okay. See you, Andrea.